Hey, what's up? This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. And in this video, I'm going to answer a YouTube question about individuals said that they have emailed or mailed, not email, mailed Experian, LexisNexis wrote to Experian 3 times telling them my records were unfounded, telling them to remove it. Experian won't fix it anyway. And then what really caught my attention also was that trying to find informational visualization classes. I guess you were looking up some of my other videos that I had talked about. And let me tell you uh, something that has happened to me. And I always talk about visualization. As a matter of fact, think that one of the biggest problems with people having success with credit repair, with getting out of debt, is that they can't truly visualize themselves on that other side. Like they know, or you know what you want. You know you want good credit. You want to repair your credit. You want to have your credit repair. Wherever you're at in that credit repair um, uh, maze, so to speak. But people really don't have a visualization of what it's going to be like after. And one huge part, like you hear this with sports people, you hear this with actors, you hear this with musicians, you hear this with successful people, is that you have to see yourself and feel and be that new person. And you can't be that new person right now in a way because you're not that person with the habits and everything that you're doing now, but you know who you want to be. So what you have to do is you have to start visualizing yourself as that individual. You have to start doing the habits, even if it's slow, little bitty steps at a time, to become that person. Because this is the crazy thing. This is what a lot of people miss. This is what I had even missed on my way to success. Is that when you become that individual, you don't really remember the individual that you were. You know what you went through, but you don't see yourself as being able to go back to that person. That's why, like, see a person that's on the corner, they're uh, asking for money. Let's not say begging for money. Let's just say they're asking for money. They're asking for help. They got a sign, help me with a sign. And we all do this. It go through our mind, and you might say, well, what happened to get them to have to be doing that? And you can't see yourself ever being that way. This is a very good exercise. So you can't see yourself going that direction, and it's just as difficult seeing yourself go the other direction, and that's where you are stuck. That's why you're stuck right now. Like you want to visualize, and you're trying to figure out ways to visualize. So I'm going to tell you what I do to visualize, and this is something that has just recently worked for me. I made a purchase on a new building uh, that I'm going to be moving my headquarters to. But let me tell you something that I did. Number one, my wife and I negotiated on the deal. They started at 315. We ended up finishing the whole deal out at $200,100. So we saved ourselves $115,000 on the deal. Property is worth $650,000. Uh, but this is what I did every day. Once I knew, I was like, number one, I said I needed a bigger location for my business. I want to have a bigger location. That was the first visualization. When I started visualizing that, then when I was driving home, I would see places. But so what I had to do then is I had to say, what type of place do I see us in? I need, like, it had to be a certain way. Not perfect, but a certain way. Then I saw the building. I saw the building, and I it was just down the street from my current location. And I saw the building. I told my wife, "This is it. This we should get this one." And I went to the owner. I had when I looked it up, it's been vacant, and I went to the owner, and he actually advertises in my magazine, my weekly advertising magazine. And I was like, "You want to sell the building?" He said, "Yeah." And he said, $550,000 is what he want for it. And I made an offer because I found that he had some tax issues for back taxes. So I made an offer. I went low. I'm not going to mention how low because it was very low. But I came up to $350,000 is what I came up to. And he said no. And when he said no to that, from what I had already visualized for what we needed for an office, it connected with me that that was not the place that I was visualizing. That was not going to work for me. I would be actually taking something that wasn't going to work for me if I took it. And me and my wife had this agreement where if it's not for us, it's not for us. That's something that people should take into account. Like if you go for a car, and if it's not for you, like lending money, that they how much interest rate and all, it's not for you. Walk away. When you learn to do that, a lot of good things gonna happen for you because if you're visualizing and you're getting and you know what you want, it's gonna come to you. So turn down that deal, and then going home for some weird reason, I took another route. I usually go straight out to the freeway. I took another route. Took a left turn when I would have went straight. Went down some about 12 blocks and then took a right. Said I'm gonna hit the freeway this way. No reason why. Looked over to the left. See this big sign, building for sale. It's actually a bank. A bank is selling their location that they don't want anymore. I told my wife I want that location. We checked it out. They were very, like I told you, they were at 315,000. We went down our offers to go down. But one thing that I did every day, even before they signed off on the deal, is that on the way to work, I went as if I was driving to there. So that's like extreme visualization. That's actually doing it. The process. I drove there, went into the parking lot sometimes, or just drove right next to the building, and then proceeded on to go to my current office building. I did that every day that I went to work, every day, didn't miss none. If I did, I missed one. I don't even remember. Um, Signed the deal on it this week. Uh, re, Rehab going on it is going to be very quick. It was a bank. Going to be doing the work on it starting on Monday. Probably be in there within a couple of weeks. But the whole part of that is that visualization is like, man, if you everything starts in the mind. So if you're looking at repairing your credit, you're looking at getting out of debt, you're looking at solving the problems like this individual said that they wrote LexisNexis wrote to Experian 3 times telling them that the records were unfounded, telling them to remove it. Experian won't fix it. You have to keep pushing and also add in visualization that they are going to remove it. That you just have to do it. Some people don't let themselves cross that line because they don't want to have that disappointment. It's like they just don't want to be disappointed. Hold on one second. I gotta answer. So you gotta use visualization with everything that you do. That's what's really like. They always say like there's what Reverend Ike. If you listen to Reverend Ike on YouTube, he says uh, that there's very little difference in people, but that little difference makes a big difference, and that big difference is attitude, and that little difference is attitude. So if your attitude is pointed in a direction using visualization to get what you want, visualize what's going to happen. When it happens, you might be surprised that that you don't have the shock or like it's like a big surprise when it happens because you're going to already be that person that had that result happen for you. You might you might jump up for joy. So let's get into what you need to do. Okay, if you have LexisNexis and they wrote to Experian, so let's break down what you said. How do you know that LexisNexis did write to them? Did LexisNexis show you the letter that they wrote to them? Because the reason why it's very important to ask that question is that LexisNexis is the provider of the public records information to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and other places. They are the hub, so to speak, where they push a button and it goes and pulls from their database. So you need to get that letter that they sent, and then you need to send that letter to Experian, and you will get the result that you want. Because you do not know, number one, bureaus do not work backwards from a data provider. They work backwards from a furnisher, which you might say, well, that's a data provider. Well, the furnisher is a member. They are actually a member of LexisNexis. The bureaus are members of LexisNexis. The furnishers are members of the credit bureaus. So when LexisNexis sends something to, number one, they're not going to just send it up unless they're doing something that I don't know. What's going to happen is the bureaus are going to look at their database with LexisNexis, and if it shouldn't be there, it would get removed. So you need to get the information, the letter that LexisNexis is claiming that they sent, which would not be a letter. So I'm very suspect about what either someone told you there or something. It just doesn't seem right. All right, so we're going to end the video here. Hope you got a lot out of it. Please like the video. Also be aware that I am not responding to people. I respond in the videos, but some of the times I do respond on by typing in if it's something that I need to that I can, if I had the time to do it. But be very careful. Uh, if it doesn't have the credit repair shop with white letters with a black box around the name, that is not a legitimate response from me. Beware. I only have people go to my website, thecreditrepairshop.com, creditrepairshop.com. That's where all of our business is done. It's not done anywhere else. We don't have you send in Zales and Quick Cash or Cash App or uh, what is the other, whatever the other ones are. We don't. You're going to speak with someone, and if you had to do some type of alternative payment, you're going to be speaking with a rep with our company. It's not going to be where that's the first option. So if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, what makes us different. If you can follow that process, we invite you to become a customer. If you need your credit reports and scores, because everything starts there, the furnishers are very important. Who is putting information on your credit reports? Our monitoring service that we use at your3scores.com gives you all that information with the phone numbers and addresses so you can start fighting back with furnishers that are putting inappropriate information on your credit reports. If you have trouble with debt collectors trying to collect money from you, you can use my letters, the cease and desist collection activities letter, the statute of limitations letter, and the debt validation letter. I've combined it. I give all three at the same time. Use the one that pertains to your specific situation. All right, if you like this video, please like it. That must be why they said like and like. If you like it, please click like. All right. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. All right. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com. Thank you for your time.